Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, it's Greg here again with another update on the Buddy build with me and Paul from Military Modeller Paul. We're both doing the Merkava Mark III LIC. I'm doing the Hobbyboss one, as you know, and Paul is doing the Mk one. So I'll show you where we are at the moment. First of all, obviously we'll bring the Merkava in, and I did show to you how I would once I've got to this stage I'll show you what I'm going to do with the paints, which I will in this video, but it's only going to be a short, paint video, nothing exciting. As you can see, I've got the Merkava in its underwear. Well, that's quite nice. I used German Grey and Ghost Grey, both from Vallejo. So, obviously kept that just dark underneath, got the shadows. But yeah, it's a nice fit, and it all went together well. There's something in there rattling. Oh, it's just a change on the back, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it isn't together this, it's just separate. I've just pushed it together, so I'm going to paint it. And then I'll separate it after, maybe separate it after. And obviously we've got the turret, which is same again. The basket got all the little balls on the back. Turret, everything seems to be okay. No filling required, very little, even the only bit of filler I had was on the back of the basket, just along that seam there. That was it. On the thing, apart from what I showed you last time around this area, where we are, around this area here, but that was about it. So it's a nice fitting kit. So I'll just put that to the side. I've had a sort of busy-ish week last week, so I didn't get a great deal done, but I started concentrating on the figures. I thought I'll get some figures out. I was only going to put one, but I thought, well, I may as well paint them all, so I have. So I've got those here. Got the obviously tank commander sitting there having a drink, and these two just like these three lads are just lounging around. So they're not bad. They're not bad figures. They're not bad at all. They're getting there. Oh dear. That wasn't clever, wasn't it? Doesn't matter. Sit there in here. But these things I got them on. I'll show you in a second. I just knocked a bottle out of his hand, but that's not a problem. These are little magnets on here. I'll just turn around like that. You see the back of them as well. So, yeah, these are just actually little magnets. Actually, girly things for makeup and nails. My daughter got them. And these things here, little magnets. You put onto a plastic thing, as you've seen, and I just put it onto a bit of wood as well for more stability. And I drilled a bit of wire in the top. So it's quite easy. So yeah, that's all they are, just little magnets on the bottom, and I put a bit of wire in there, quite stable wire, brass, so it's quite sturdy. Super glued it in, and yeah, perfect for the figures. You can just lift them off, as you see, just lift them off. Little bad little figures these actually, for plastic, and quite a bit of nice bit of detail on the faces. Are not bad either. But yeah. So I got those done last week. I was concentrating on those because I was nipping in and out of things, so I couldn't really concentrate on the Merkava. So I thought I'd just build some little bits and pieces of the figures, and I started to build the mine plough as well, and I got carried away with the mine plough. It took me a few days to do this. I'm quite pleased. This is that little stand I was telling about from Joe from what's it called? That's from America. Never remember the names. I'm useless with names. But Joe, he put it on his site, and I bought one for a couple of quid, and perfect, brilliant for this, absolutely perfect. So I've made the mine plough. I've weathered it up. So obviously you're going to do the same sort of technique I'll be using on the Merkava itself. Not a bad little kit. Goes together fairly straightforward. You get all the chains and everything like that. Quite nice. I've just put some. I used AK's sand yellow deposit and light dirt deposit for the actual base for it, after obviously the base coat, which is this stuff here, which is the AK Real Colours, and it's the IDF Cyanide Grace 1990, so obviously 1990 onwards I presume. So I did that, and then I weathered it up with, say, the deposits and a bit of rust, a bit of chipping, and some pigments which I got here, which is from Modeller's World. I got some Dirty Field sand pigment. I don't usually use pigments that much now, but I thought that would come in quite handy. And they were quite cheap, and it's quite a nice pigment. Ooh, I'm dropping things today. And I put some bits of grass in there, as you can see. At the back, and on the front, just put some little bits of grass, dead grass in there as well. So yeah, it's worked out really well. I'm quite pleased with that. See from the sides, and the chipping, the back. Yeah, so it's turned out quite well. Quite pleased with this. Took a bit of time concentrating on it, but I got there in the end. So that's the little mine roller to add to it. I think that's where we are now at the moment. So, oh no, it isn't. I'll show you. I actually burnished the tracks as well. I want to show you. I burnished the tracks, so they're ready for whatever comes next. Nice tracks. I used the what was it called? The VMS stuff, the blue stuff from VMS, and it's just as good. I think it's actually better than the AK stuff. Worked really well. Thinking about getting the other stuff as well if you can get it back out of stock at the moment. The one that you can reuse. Oh, the tracks are nice. A nice detail on them as well. Obviously the through metal. Another through? Yeah, they are through metal. Through model tracks. So yeah, so they're all burnished. Did the spare tracks as well, because there's a couple of spare tracks that need to go on the Merkava, so I burnished them at the same time, so they all need weathered up. And I'll put it outside there now. All the little bits and pieces as well, they're all ready to be, they're all base coated as well. I'll just need adding to the tank, the machine guns and all that kind of stuff. So what we'll do now is I'll just ring this back in, and we'll do the turret first. I'll just show you how to do what I'm doing, how I'm planning anyhow. So it's no different to anybody else really. Let me just get a bit of paper on here, and we'll just do this. So I'm going to say use the AK again, the wheel colour set, which is number 15. I said 3 colours. You've got the cyanide grey 1973 and the cyanide grey 1982, and then obviously got the 1990 onwards, so which I've chose. And I use their own thinners. They're high compatibility thinners, and it works really well. I've made 2 colours up. Obviously I've got a colour to go in between this. That's going to be like a highlight, and that's the base coat. So that's quite light, but there's one in between which I've used up, so I'll have to make another one. So what we're going to do now is give that a shake, and we'll just paint the turret, and we'll go from there. See what it comes out like. I've got a light coat on it. I don't want to hide all the all the highlight, and that's all. We'll start with just, all I want is light coats. There we are. What I'm going to do is gradually build it up. I must admit that the blue colours do go down nicely. I really do. And just gradually build it up. And we're in there, so compressor. I haven't put my compressor on, have I? Sorry, I forgot about that. Yeah. I thought it was running a bit slow. You get all these bolts to stay on this time. I lost a couple last time I did the priming. Well, you can't really hear me, can you? This is also the sort of effect I'm going for. If you can see it, sort of see that, but you can see still a lot of the dark and the light underneath. So that's what I'm going to do with the rest of the tank as well. So I'll just stop this at the moment. So I'll put it in that corner. Give it one more blast over there. And I say I'll do the underneath after. I'll just knock that off for now. Yeah, so that's all I'm doing. I'm going to get something like that all over the tank. See, it's a nice colour, and then I can just feel, even though I might not even use the highlights, because you can still see the white underneath, and you got the dark as well on there. But yeah, it's a nice, you know, it's a nice little detailed kit, and over 30 odd quid I think you have new, so we're not expensive either. Apparently say they're not correct at the front or something, but it's a Merkava to me, so it'll do me. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'll carry on doing that off camera, and the next time you come, I'll do another video and we'll concentrate on the paint, the highlights, and whatever else I'm going to do with it as well. So thank you for tuning in, and thank you to all my new subscribers, and we shall see you very, very soon again for another update on the Buddy build with Paul, the Merkava 3 LIC. So Paul's getting on with his. I think he's got his primed as well and base coated, and other bits and pieces he's doing on his. He's doing a having the door up at the rear and made up a little few boxes at the back of there to so you can look in and see what's there. So it's a nice little idea on mine. I suppose I could have done something similar, but it's a bit dark. I couldn't really see. Well, you know, maybe with Paul's you'd be able to, because he made his door workable. It's a bit more. You couldn't really do the door work. I suppose you could, but I'm not clever enough for things like that. So it's me starting to burble again. So we'll carry on with this off camera, and when it's done I'll get back to you and we'll see where we go from there. So this is Greg signing off, and we'll catch you very, very soon.